on TV. Listen, this I had. Now look, I've already recorded this. I already know, but listen, y'all. Tough News has had something that come across his desk that says that uh, Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless, right? Make sure I get the name. Skip Bayless is behind the takedown of Shannon. They set it all up. They saying that it's something like um what's his name? Dang it. Stephen A. Smith knows Gabrielle, right? Skip, old friend, right? He knows Michelle. And he's close to Tony Busby. And all this is alleged. I don't know, I told y'all, but I'm about to play my own freaking video because I get more viewers on my phone than I do on my laptop. I don't know why, but I want to make sure this story gets all the traction I can give it. Even though I don't like Shannon, because he don't like us, but you know what I'm saying? But I don't want nobody to be accused of that if they didn't do it, okay? That's the only reason I'm doing this. So let's get into it. And it's me, it's my video now. Alright, here we go. Y'all, please hit that subscribe, like button, and share it if you can. And y'all, I got some news, you seen exclusive up there. And I will answer all the comments once I finish the reaction. This is coming from Tough News TV, and y'all have got to hear this. Y'all please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm gonna go ahead and let her rip, okay? Wow. I'll be back with my reactions in just a minute. And just FYI, I will be.
What's going on, y'all?
I'm sorry. FYI, I will be skipping some of the parts that was buffering because we had a bad storm here.
Happy Saturday. I hope everybody woke up happy and healthy this morning. So with all of that said, let's go ahead and jump all over this topic. I want to say first and foremost, I've gotten some explosive news as it pertains to Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless allegedly being a part of this takedown of Shannon Sharpe. Now, I will say that the details surrounding this alleged issue is very shocking, to say the very least. And I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and share this video, get it out there, because I'm pretty sure that there's some truth and validity to it, given the fact of who it came from and where it came from. But before we get into all of that, I want to talk about Michelle Evans, because she had a relationship with Shannon Sharpe for a very long time, and she had this relationship while she was married. And the thing about the situation is that we know that he's being sued by the OnlyFans model, Gabriella Zuniga. And so this woman is claiming that Shannon Sharpe had did the same things to her, and she was living in fear for her life and things of that nature. Now, I just became privy to the interview that Michelle did with Tasha K, where she talked about her interactions with Shannon. And shout out to Tasha for going with the low cut or whatever. I'm not here to hate. I know that we had our past issues, but it looks good.
Why she ain't tell him that she knew Skip? Why she ain't tell him she knew Skip? So Michelle knows Skip, so they darn scheme. Stephen A. Smith knows Gabriella, so they schemed, and allegedly them two got together, conducted a scheme to get Shannon Sharpe done like this. Okay, so you know LeBron, Stephen A. Smith don't like LeBron, right? Y'all remember LeBron was going off and all that stuff. Okay, Shannon Sharpe. Okay, Stephen A. Smith had been trying for so long to get Shannon Sharpe on his show, right? To sit down and talk to him. No, but Shannon, once he got on the show, he got LeBron to come talk to the other dude that Steven doesn't like. So Steven got hot. He said, "You know how many years I've been trying to get him to come on do an interview with me?" And then before that, hey, Daria, I gotta keep it in my head, girl. And before that, Stephen Stephen A. Smith found out that ESPN was already gonna offer Shannon a position and have his own segment. So Stephen A. Smith goes back there to the big bosses and start like a baby. So he gets his way. Then he brings Shannon on with him, and he makes it pretend like he did Shannon a favor. That's the gist of the whole story. In case somebody click off, y'all please hit that subscribe button because I just told you the story. But I ain't show y'all the evidence that Tough News has, okay? But that's the main thing, and that's how it's all connecting, okay? You so sweet. Thank you so much. Hey, Loretta. Hey, y'all, come on in here. Come on in here. And please hit the like, subscribe, and share it if you can, okay?
On her. So shout out to Tasha K. But in addition to Michelle doing a phone interview with Tasha K, she also sat down with the Sun.com and talked about details surrounding her and Shannon's relationship. So I want to play you guys a small portion of that, and then we'll get
when somebody subscribe, I have to stop because it just makes me want to cry. Y'all just don't know.
Straight into the meat and potatoes, as this particular person called it within the email that I was sent, as it pertains to Skip Bayless, Stephen A. Smith being a part of this takedown of Shannon Sharpe. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back.
Thank you, Loretta, too. Man. Okay, thank y'all so much.
Back.
You know, he was...
Y'all know I had to stop it just for a minute, but here we go.
Manhandling me beforehand. We met in, actually, the press room at the Broncos.
Okay. Let's speed it up, son. Come on, where you at, girl? Okay. Go ahead with it.
Just a minute, y'all. Just a minute. Having a...
Forget her. I'm mad at her because she told a story, I think.
I know it's probably painful to relive the situation, but can you tell?
Let me see.
Okay, come on.
You keep buffering, y'all.
We was having a bad storm.
We fought on the phone and not in person.
Okay, thank you so much, Daria. Hurry back.
So, it was...
Okay.
Is my Wi-Fi going now?
It was the biggest argument that we ever got in. And he was controlling, he was domineering, he was
sorry
manhandling me beforehand, and he put me to my knees, put his
on. Okay.
And after he got enough of that, he put me on the bed, and this was
a
struggle. So I had said no.
Okay.
And I said no, even though I was thinking that. And so...
See, she ain't making no darn sense now, y'all. I said no, even though I was thinking that. Look. I'm going to tell y'all, and I'm going to turn the camera around. Look, I am a total, all the way victim of this. It ain't no I thought it. You may be thinking it, but you saying it. Don't be saying I thought it. I said it like at the beginning, but now I'm just thinking it. No. That ain't how mine went anyway. Everybody's different, okay? You so... Girl. I'm trying. Let me get this out.
It was the hardest. Yeah, this is too hard. I remember he got...
Y'all got to listen to what Stephen A. Smith did and Skip Bayless.
And he knew what he did.
It's almost there.
I just kind of escorted him out the door. And And then I wasn't going to do anything about it.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, sometimes when you're with the person for a long time, it's hard for you to.
I'm trying to get to the news.
He just was so worried that it would get out, and I wasn't going to do anything. But when he kept calling me at work, and when he kept, you know, and unfortunately, it led right to it was basically on the scream at the top of their lungs, and I had.
Okay, this is about over, so y'all listen closely now.
Out front of in the driveway while my daughter was there alone. Someone came to my house. Someone came to my apartment, and after my daughter called me, that's
restraining order. Was there any other was there any?
With no timestamp. I'm sorry.
We may have talked. I think.
You know, I don't know, but when Tough News
come on,
like email something, I mean somebody didn't heard.
But then he started going on television. He came to my job, Turner Broadcasting. It was my job to put the videos from up to YouTube. The police dropped it. You know, not that I had gone down and drawn it. It created a picture that wasn't accurate. And I'm
going to ask something that might be a little sensitive or might sound insensitive, I should say. But I'm going to go ahead and ask because it's a question that I'm sure people are wondering. Why didn't you file a police report when he?
Because I was scared for my life. He said he would use it. Everybody he knows, and he knows lots of police officers. So I didn't know the people that he knows. You know, Atlanta has a problem with.
And I ain't like victim shaming. I'm not, y'all. Because I'm a victim of it myself. So no, I am not. Mail and stuff like that.
Sun.com. Now, a lot of people said that they were kind of thrown off from the fact that she admitted that she was married while she was dating Shannon Sharpe.
Hey, let me slow him down now, because y'all got to hear this, okay?
Yeah, I hate him.
Sorry about stopping it. It's just so y'all can hear this normally. He wants everybody to share it, because he want to get it out there, because y'all, evidently, he knows some stuff. Okay.
At the same time, but at the end of the day, if her claims are true, it doesn't matter if she was married or not. If Shannon took her against her will, he is still in the wrong, and that's hard, right? Now, I will say that women who look like Michelle, it really rubs me the wrong way when they say they were afraid to file a police report against a melanated man because they were afraid. Given the fact the amount of privilege that's on their side, all they have to do is scream R, and the judge is already ruling in their favor. So I call BS. I really do think that although Shannon Sharpe is guilty of some things, I believe that he likes to role play, and I believe that Shannon is aggressive by nature. You can just tell by his demeanor.
And I think he is a nasty, darn hate. I still don't like him. Okay? I still don't like him.
I believe that he likes to role play, and I believe that Shannon is aggressive by nature. You can just tell by his demeanor on his own show, Nightcap, right? And we heard the aggressive phone conversations that he was having with Gabriella. Now, does that mean that he's guilty of the full extent that they're trying to take this to? No. But I will say it's easy to set a mofo up like him because they know his weaknesses, right? And who's to say that Michelle and Shannon didn't have that same type of relationship where they were role playing, right? But again, I'm not trying to discount or discredit their story. But I do want to go ahead and read you all this information that slid across my desk. Now, let me go ahead and say this, that the information that lies ahead is all alleged. I was not there. I cannot confirm or deny that these actions took place. So, without further ado, it says here, Stephen A. Smith is a snake, according to former ESPN colleague, blank, blank, I can't say their name, guys, who claims that the takedown of Shannon was coordinated by Skip Bayless and Stephen A. So Stephen A. tries to push the narrative that he did Shannon a favor by bringing him to ESPN after Shannon left undisputed following the public humiliation handed down by Skip on national television. But ESPN bosses were already looking at Sharpe to give him his own possible segment on the network. Once Stephen A. got wind of the news, he went to the bosses in animated fashion and voiced his discomfort of Shannon possibly being given his own window on the network. ESPN caved to Stephen A.'s wishes and allowed it to seem that he was the so-called savior by offering Shannon a position on First Take. Collectively, many ESPN analysts state that behind closed doors, Stephen A. is jealous of Shannon and his success, especially when it comes to his successful podcast. So let's get into the meat and potatoes of all of this, and I will try to make this as short and uncomplicated as possible. So Skip believes that Shannon was behind Norshin Faraji filing a SA lawsuit against him to get back at him after the public banter took place that ultimately led to Shannon's exit. Skip says that there's evidence that Shannon's hands was all over it, and even financially funding the accuser in an effort to take him down. And this is according to multiple Fox Sports analysts, and one in particular who is being sued right now for R in blank blank. I can't say their name. But Skip knew about Shannon's dirt that hadn't been completely swept under the rug when it came to Gabriela Zuniga, because Shannon started dating her in 2023, which is the same year he left Undisputed. Skip also knew about Michelle Evans, who had accused Shannon of R because it was discussed by the bosses at Fox before he was hired back in 2016. So Shannon comes on First Take and does a fantastic job, and he brings on his business partner, Ocho Cinco, as they look to embark on a new horizon and shortly being offered a $100 million podcasting deal. The problem is that with Shannon being a LeBron fan, he had an issue with Stephen A calling out LeBron as a father when it came down to Bronny's play on the court. There was a little bit of a back and forth behind the scenes between both men. So after LeBron checked Stephen A courtside at the Lakers game, reliable ESPN affiliates admitted that it was confirmed that how LeBron got connected to do the Pat McAfee show was through Shannon, knowing that there was tension between Stephen A and Pat over contract negotiations, as Stephen A went to the bosses complaining that he should be the highest paid or at least comparable to Pat's salary given his contributions to the network. Stephen A ended up signing a 5-year, $100 million deal. So LeBron goes on to the McAfee show and slights Stephen A. And at that point, Stephen A is rattled because he had been trying to get Bron on his show for years and was unsuccessful. And now you go and sit down with my nemesis. So after research, it was concluded that Shannon connected Bron and Pat, and Stephen A, I'm told, was livid and made the remark to colleagues that there will be some changes coming soon. And his exact words was, I'm about to shake this Tucker up, and I'm paraphrasing there. Some say that Stephen A said that Tony Busby was after the wrong guy in Jay-Z, and that who he should be going after was a person right up underneath all of their noses at ESPN. So according to this former ESPN analyst, both Skip and Stephen A set Shannon up knowing about his aggressive role-playing nature behind the scenes and worked through Gabriella to twist the narrative to end Shannon Sharpe for good. Skip Bayless, being in a past lawsuit involving Tony Busby, has direct and close ties to the lawyer. All right, so you guys just heard all of that. Now, what I will say that I find interesting as it pertains to how Stephen A. Smith moved in this particular situation is given the fact that when Shannon Sharpe decided to step away from ESPN, or ESPN decided that for him, he went straight to his YouTube channel to talk about a colleague's business. Like, how professional is that? Was something going on behind the scenes, right? But again, this information is all alleged, but I think that we could all come to some type of conclusion that this situation is definitely weird. But anyway, I'm going to draw the line here. I want you guys to feel free to drop down in the comments and give me your thoughts on this whole entire situation. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and if you're new.
And that's all I got. That's what I stopped. I stopped it right there. Y'all, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? I think, yeah. It sounds plausible. Everything lines up. Because the person that's telling it is the person that is right in there with them both. You understand? And somebody who has a heart that doesn't want Shannon to go out being called something that he's not, right? Even though he's maybe a bad dad, allegedly, and bad person to us melanated people. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that he's a artist, you know? So I don't want nobody to ever go down if they ain't did that. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't do it, you ain't do it. But yeah, so Stephen A. Smith and Skip, to Mr. Skip to Malou Bayless, yeah, that mean they digging on y'all That mean they doing some deal on y'all's butt. For this to come across Tough News desk, man, yeah. Because I know Tough News good. Because, he got so close to the Diddy thing before Diddy went to jail. Somebody had to send him a note, or somehow they got in contact with him, however they do it. And he had to move right then and there. Somebody said, leave now. That joker flew. And he came on live and told us if we heard the wind, he was moving. And he told us why, all that stuff. But yeah, he's from North Carolina also. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of it. But if y'all think that during them two S people, Skip and Steven, has something to do with Shannon, 3 S's, ain't that something? Shannon, y'all put it in the comments. Cause now that if you go back and listen to Michelle's story again, slowly, when she said, see, she was with Tasha on the phone. See, Tasha couldn't read her face, but she sat down and talked to this person, and the way she was saying the stuff, it was like she was trying to remember what she was supposed to say. And Michelle, if it really happened to you, my deepest apologies. But when you done been hard, you don't forget crap. I can see it like it was yesterday, okay? Like it was 5 minutes ago, okay? But I don't want to think about it. Let me go. Let it go back. Alright, y'all, we're going to just forget that part. But anyway, y'all put in the comments what y'all think about it. Them 3 S's can't get along. But the 2 S's going to try to set up the other S. Y'all know who it is. Skip Steven, setting up Shannon. Y'all let me know. Yesterday. Oh, well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tara. I ain't see that first message, girl. I was all up in there. I'm going to tell y'all. I know I'm talking loud. Sorry. Y'all, I'm going to come back on right after I end this live because I got to talk. Just talk. But, hey, thank you, Tara, for saying hey to the other people. Y'all know each other. Okay. All right. I sure will. I sure will. Don't be scaring me, though, Tara. Don't be scaring me, girl. Whew. But, look, I'm about to come back on and talk. Just talk. Valentine Live. That's what you will see whenever there's no subject. And I just want to talk to everybody. Just like, hey, how you doing? All that kind of stuff, okay? But I'm going to go ahead and get off and end this one. All right. Oh, okay. Thank you, Tara. You sweet. You nice. All right, y'all. I'm going to end this right here. And then I'm going to come back on, okay? So I'll be right back in a minute. Because I got to tell y'all some stuff. All right. So I'll talk to y'all later. Hit the like, subscribe. And yeah, they subscribe. I got 2 subscribers on this. Thank y'all so much. Darn. Thank you. Talk to y'all in a minute.